What if I told you that you didn't have to punch in a straight line with Doomfist? You're able to perform a very specific tech with Doomfist called a diagonal punch, which allows you to punch in a diagonal line instead of the usual straight line. This tech has been around since Overwatch 1, and I'm going to break it down for you very simply today. The rocket punch standardly will go in a straight line. Despite what direction you look in, be it up, down, or even to the sides, it will still travel straight. The rocket punch also has a hitbox. It will either collide with a surface, or it will not. If you look at the graphic of the impact, you can think of the center circle as the hitbox of the punch. If that is not interrupted by a surface, then it will travel past it. And if it is, then it will collide. Since the hitbox is not just a single pixel point on the screen and is this whole circle area, this can be partially interrupted, the sweet spot in between it being fully blocked and just moving right by. Since the hitbox is partially interrupted, it translates what would have been the straight motion into this new vertical vector, which is what allows you to gain height from your rocket punch. Here's a cool graphic which I managed to capture in-game. This blue circle is one of the very first frames of the rocket punch graphic. It allows us to capture the starting point of the rocket punch. See how it lies just above the surface, allowing for that partial blockade to take place. There are two main types of diagonal punch. The first is the jumping diagonal punch. This is when you jump and release your punch on the timing of the hitbox being partially blocked off. The timing of this one is relative to how high the object is in front of you. So my best advice is to test it out for yourself and get familiar with the timings relative to your surroundings. And the second is a falling diagonal punch. This one works the most consistently when it's on a flat 90-degree cornered surface. That way the timing is the same each and every time. Simply start on the object and walk backwards until you begin falling off. And activate your punch when your hitbox is partially blocked off. One last tip I can give you. What worked for me when learning how to do this was to look straight forward. That way it gives you the best idea when you're vertically in line with the object.